You're watching Taste of Victory.
What's up, guys? Finally, it is time to address the question everyone has been asking in the comments section. What do you run between the Rookie Rush version of Bond of Friendship or the AncientGarurumon version, and what are the benefits of one over the other? So first, I did do a profile on the Rookie Rush variant. You could click in the top right to see that now to get an idea of the benefits of that deck. I did touch upon this topic in that video. But now we're going to go ahead and focus on the AncientGarurumon version of Bond of Friendship. The main benefit of this one is that it has a higher ceiling over Rookie Rush. You have consistency at the cost of hitting a ceiling of power level and things you can play against, or rather you can play past. For example, Black Royal Knights, black decks in general end up becoming quite the wall to the Rookie Rush variant if you're not able to see your outs, which would be Rattlestar, which would be Ancient Trident, Bond of Friendship itself. You have to hope and pray to draw into these in a version that inherently has less draw power. While AncientGarurumon, because of its higher ceiling, being able to go into multiple outs like AncientGarurumon itself and warp up there. Same with the Bond of Friendship, you now have multiple ways to get past things that would shut down the Rookie Rush version. They still present an obstacle for this version, but you do have ways to power through more options now at the cost of some consistency, since you do now have more Digi-evolving pieces to worry about. So let's go ahead and get into the actual deck. This time I'm going to start with our Megas, since we usually refer to them a lot throughout the profile. We have, this is a level 7. Gabumon Bond of Friendship. It is 3 Digivolve, 14,000 DP, and then when attacking, once per turn, if you have a Tamer in play, you may unsuspend this Digimon. When attacking, return one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimons to the bottom of this owner's deck, trash all Digivolution cards. So this card is amazing in conjunction with the Matt Ishida Tamer and with our Gabumons, because this lets us warp straight up there from a rookie to that level 7 with an incredibly powerful bounce effect, which also unsuspends. So this puts a ton of pressure on your opponent immediately that if they're not prepared to answer, it will be very hard for them to come back from once this has hit the field. The benefit of this deck is being able to abuse and build towards getting to it as fast as possible, but also we have a second option in case we're not able to go into it, because this is a multi-piece Digivolution. If you don't have any ultimates, you don't have anything traditional Klein. So if you don't see Matt to warp, this is kind of just a dead end hand. You can't even Digivolve naturally. So what we have as a backup powerful option is AncientGarurumon. It is 5 to Digivolve into, but we will see a way to cheat it out soon. It is 13,000 DP. When attacking, once per turn, you may unsuspend up to 2 of your Digimon with Garurumon in their names or hybrid in their forms. And then on deletion, you may play 1 blue level 4 or lower Digimon card with hybrid in its form from your hand without paying its memory cost. So this is also an incredibly powerful option. I know in Booster Set 4, actually, there was one top 8 in I think the first or second Bandai Regional with maybe it was Evo Cup. It was Rookie Rush, like just blue Rookie Rush with this top end of AncientGarurumon, because it has a similar strategy in mind to the Ancient Bond of Friendship thing, and where you're quickly warping up to a mega or high powerful level Digimon and surprising your opponent. And because of this thing's ability to restand, if you have even like your hybrid Strabimon out, you restand that as well, because it's up to 2 Digimon with hybrid or Garurumon in their name or traits. So this is able to put a lot of pressure on your opponent if you're not able to see AncientGarurumon, or rather if you're not able to see Bond of Friendship. So now we can go ahead and go throughout the rest of the deck and see how that is building towards it. First up, we got Upamon as our egg. When attacking, once per turn, if your opponent has a Digimon with no Digivolution cards, draw 1. So that's good for that draw power, which blue traditionally does not have too much of because it's usually archetype locked. So definitely run 4 of that so you can always keep drawing with this deck. Now this is a build for before the starter decks, because we are getting the starter decks a couple weeks late. So if there's going to be any regionals before that, you're going to have to play with just the Booster Set 6 and before cards. But I will get into what you would want to run from the starter decks soon. Let's go ahead and go through this BT6 plain profile first. Next up, we got our 2-cost rookies, which would be Elecmon and which would be Gomamon. These are just playing into kind of like the base Rookie Rush strategy that this deck built upon, and you can just swap those out however you would like. If you want to take out Gomamon for maybe more of this Gabumon or something else like that, that is perfectly fine. But the cheap 2 drops at 3,000 DP is really good for being able to swing into security with low commitment. Next up, we got Gabumon, which is 3 to play, 0 Digivolve, 1,000 DP, and an on play, trigger, draw 1. So as I said earlier, because blue traditionally does not have too much draw power, and Rookie Rush in specifically has abysmal draw power, cards like Gabumon help make up for that, and why we want to max it out at 4, because we're going to be hard playing rookies anyways. We want to keep our hand advantage up by keeping maintaining that high number count that it replaces itself off of that draw. Then we got Strabimon. This was introduced to us all the way back in Booster Set 4. It is 3 to play, 0 to Digivolve into, 2,000 DP, and then on play, reveal the top 3 cards of your Yeah, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 Digimon card with hybrid in its form, and or 1 blue tamer card among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. So this is a great searcher to help with your consistency because it hits a lot of targets. Since we are running purely Lobo as our champions, we have AncientGarurumon, we have 7 tamers. There is itself counts as a hybrid, so it can replenish itself in hand if it sees itself. So there is a ton of targets for this deck to hit. For this card to hit off of the 3 top cards of your deck, which is why it's a great searcher to get into your plan, your backup plan of AncientGarurumon. There is that worry that you bottom deck your Bond of Friendship, which just happens and it's unfortunate, but if you're able to get AncientGarurumon as, you know, kind of backup, it's okay. It's not the end of the world and you can still play through it. That's just how it goes sometimes. Next up, we got Gabumon, 3 to play, 0 Digivolve, 2000 DP. This is the one introduced in this set, which is set 6. It is all turns, once per turn. When you play a tamer with Ishida in its name, gain 1 memory. And its inheritable is when attacking once per turn. If this Digimon is Gabumon Bond of Friendship, you may unsuspend it. So ideally, this is what you want to go into off of Gabumon Bond of Friendship's warp effect, or rather Matt's warp effect that lets you go into Gabumon. But don't over prioritize, you know, don't tunnel vision if you don't see it. If you're able to put on a ton of pressure, get rid of opponents' Digimon, and chip away the security, definitely do not be afraid to Digivolve over your other Gabumons. But this one would be really great for its unsuspendability, which lets you put so much pressure, turning Gabumon into, I think, 3 swings between all of the unsuspend effects, and then being able to hardcast a tamer Ishida for 2 is really strong, so you have to max this out. Next up, we got our last rookie, which is Gabumon, which is a box topper that you get for buying a box of Booster Set 6. 3 to play, 0 Digivolve into, 2000 DP, and then on play, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck, add 1 tamer card among them to your hand, and then place the remaining at the bottom of your deck in any order. So this is like this is like the Agumon that we've had since Booster Set 1 here in America, where it just lets you search your tamers. The thing is, this only searches your tamers, and we already have a good tamer searcher that just hits a lot more in Strabimon, so I do not want to further risk bottom decking our Bond of Friendship, so I do recommend only running this at 2, and even then you can cut it for some other rookie if you prefer. Next up, we got our champions, of which we are only running 8 because we're not trying to traditionally climb in this deck. This deck focuses a lot on early aggression and cheating out to a higher level. First up, we got the Lobomon from Booster Set 4 that digivolves over your tamers for 2 memory. It can digivolve over a tamer as if it were a level 3 Digimon. The thing with Lobomon that we're maxing it out for is 1, to hit the targets off of Strabimon so we have more, but also because this deck plays incredibly aggressive, and that 1 extra swing that Lobomon presents by digivolving over a tamer can sometimes make you the game. It will make it or break it. And because the tamers, there's right now as far as we are aware, there is no way to remove tamers other than Sword Defeats when digivolving effect. Most of the times, players are going to be running that in like security control decks or hoping to see it in the security, but digivolving into it is very good, it just won't come up too often. So your opponent very likely has almost next to no outs for your tamers, so even if they know Lobomon's coming, there's not much they can do about it, which is why this card is so great and powerful. Next up, we got the promo Agumon that was in the Power Up pack when you bought a box of Booster Set 4. It is 5 to play, 2 to digivolve into, 4000 DP, and then when digivolving, this Digimon can digivolve into an AncientGarurumon in your hand for a memory cost of 1, ignoring its digivolution requirements. If it does, delete this Digimon at the end of the turn. And then its heritable effect is, when this Digimon digivolves into AncientGarurumon in your hand, reduce its digivolution cost by 2. So it's inheritable, we will literally never worry about it ever coming up because we don't have any ultimates to digivolve over normally. But its when digivolving effect is incredible because it reduces the cost in total of AncientGarurumon from the 5 cost that it normally is, all the way down to 3 cost, which is incredible to be able to get such a strong Digimon like AncientGarurumon with its great effects and high DP so quickly. So that's basically the name of this game. You want to get some early aggression with your rookies, and then you'll try to warp up to your AncientGarurumon or Bond of Friendship and try to clean house from there. Because of its effect, it will delete itself at the end of the turn, so you want to make a big push with it when you go into it. However, we do have the it could play either a level 4 or lower hybrid, so we have all of our champions are hybrids. We got that Strabimon as a hybrid, so we have very good chance of it replenishing itself and at the very least leaving something behind when it's deleted if it didn't push for game that turn. Next up, we have Raddle, which is our 5 cost option, some removal that the blue definitely needs. It is main. Return one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon to its owner's hand. If your opponent has 3 or more Digimon in play, return one of your opponent's Digimon to the bottom of its owner's deck instead, and then trash all Digivolution cards. So the wording is very important to note there. It goes from a level 5 to any Digimon. So you could bottom deck like Jesmon, because Jesmon is always spamming the board with those Sistermon. So very commonly it will have those 3 Digimon on board. So you're able to bottom deck Jesmon like that, even if it comes off of security. It's a really powerful option in a meta where it is super easy for decks to go wide and get 3 Digimon on board. This option becomes incredibly powerful. Next up, we got Blue Memory Boost. 3 to play, main, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, add 1 blue Digimon card among them to your hand, place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order, and then it has a delay effect, which means once this card is in your battle area, you trash it to activate the below effect, and that below effect is gain 2 memory. Its security effect places it in its owner's battle area. So that's very important to note. It does not play it or anything like that. It places it so you don't get the on-play main effect from, or rather, it's not even an on-play, it's a main effect. Basically, you don't get that effect off of security, but you do have it set up to gain 2 memory with this delay effect later on. So this card is great for being able to dig out our Digimon. Like, we need to see our Garurumon, we need to see our Bonds, we need to see our Lobo, enables the cheating Warp Digivolution. So Blue Memory Boost is fantastic for that. And that's one advantage that AncientGarurumon has over the Rookie Rush package, because in the Rookie Rush version, a lot of your outs to Black's blockers, a lot of your outs to Green's big Digimon and stuff like that is in the form of options. As I talked about in that video, Aqua Trident, it helps bounce some stuff, or rather, yeah. And then it also helps give you enough DP to delete your opponent's blocker if they try to block rather than trade or be deleted by them. But the thing is, those are options, so Memory Boost will not dig for those. It can only add blue Digimon, while in this case, your chances of your outs are now AncientGarurumon and Lobomon warping up to them, so you have more targets that are more impacted to hit with Blue Memory Boost. Next up, we got Hammer Spark. No need to go too detailed into that because it's 0 to play and it's literally 1 free memory. Definitely run it. You could definitely make the arguments to 3 or 4. I see there's no reason to run it because I understand people open them early game and they break and it's really frustrating. But in that case, you make the best that you can do. Maybe play those Hammer Sparks right now so that your hard cast, ultimate, or whatever you break on doesn't feel as bad. I think 4 is always worth running until we get further into the game where it just gets too fast. Next up, we got Davis Motomiya. It is 4 to play. Start of your turn. If you have 2 memory or less, set it to 3, which is fantastic because that will guarantee us we always have enough memory to warp into Gabumon Bond of Friendship, and then also counting as a tamer for its unsuspend effect. Then we have on play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 blue Digimon and 1 green Digimon card among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. So this is good for further search power that lets us grab our AncientGarurumon, Lobomon, anything that we are missing at the moment. And of course, the security effect plays itself for free. Our final card in this is Matt Ishida, which is 3 to play, and then your turn, one of your Digimon with Gabumon or Garurumon in its name moves from the breeding area to the battle area, gain 1 memory, and trigger draw 1. I think if you guys saw in my gameplay video versus Tessero with Agumon Bond of Friendship, the tie is basically a copy of this card, and that first effect gets pretty crazy if you're able to stack it, so it's definitely worth playing down multiple Matt Ishidas if you just open with them anyways. Then, main, once per turn, Digivolve your Gabumon into 1 Gabumon Bond of Friendship from your hand for its Digivolution cost, ignoring its level. If you do, trash the top 2 cards of your security stack. Then, if you have 1 or more security cards, delete the Digimon at the end of the turn. So you definitely have to time that properly, but being able to warp at the cost of 2 security is amazingly powerful because Gabumon itself is such an inherently oppressive Digimon with its ability to bottom deck your level 5s and then restand and get so many security swings in. It's a really strong combo. So that is the deck. There is definitely some utility to this in being able to play past a decent amount of blue Rookie Rush Gabumons counters, such as in black. But you have to realize that does come at the added cost of consistency because you are adding more pieces that you hope to see. Rookie Rush is a deck that just cheats the level system incredibly hardcore, which makes it inherently more consistent than a lot of decks, unfortunately. But that doesn't mean that this deck is incredibly bricky or anything. It's still a really great, powerful, consistent deck that is worth running for its higher ceiling, more potentially explosive plays, and being able to beat past things that will honestly shut down the Rookie Rush version. Oh my god, I did it again. I put the memory boost, which only come with the starter decks, in the main BT6 pre-starter deck profile. My bad, guys. I am so used to playtesting with these cards that I keep forgetting this comes in the starter deck, so we won't have access to this for a couple of weeks. My bad. So yeah, I was about to get into the part where we talk about what you add once we get to the starter deck. So first of all, yeah, you add 3 blue memory boosts. Like, that is a huge necessity. In a memory boost place for the a pre-starter deck BT6 meta, you can basically just run more options to make security more threatening. So like Cocytus Breath makes security more threatening, or you could run, I believe it was Forbidden Trident that it was called, to help you with your Jessamon matchup, to help you against colors like blue with Gazumon that stops your Hammer Sparks. So basically you just run more options to better your matchups or to make your security more threatening in place of the memory boost until we get them with the starter decks. My bad for always making that mistake, but now I recognize it, addressed it. After that, once you grab the starter deck, you could definitely drop this because I think we have enough surge power for it, and then you add in 2 of this Gabumon, which what it does is it lets you gain all turns. It's inheritable. While you have 8 or more cards in your hand, this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP. Being all turns is incredibly powerful, letting your opponent making it harder for your opponent to swing over you, and then on your turn able to swing past blockers that they may have and are swing into their opponent's rested Digimon that you might have just been a couple off from clearing otherwise. You could definitely also cut down on your 2-cost rookies and up that even further if you would like to like a 4-cost, just to have a bunch of more Gabumon targets for Matt Ishida. After that, you want to add in Demi-Vimon for the same principle of just having that extra DP is really nice in a color that traditionally doesn't have a lot of DP boosts. And I say that would be really all you need, the biggest thing being the memory boost. Definitely let me know how this version works out for you. We'll get some gameplay coming up soon. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you're not playing this, let me know what you are playing. If you play it slightly differently, let me know what changes you make. I can't wait to see them, and I hope you guys are around for the next video. And until that next video, remember to stay hungry until you get a taste of victory.